What is going on, everybody? DJ Mines here, and in today's video I actually have a special guest. His name is TheHobbyistMiner. What's going on, brother?
Hey.
Now this is cool because this is the first time I'm the host, right? Usually I'm on your show. So
I know, I like it.
So what's new with you, man? How's mining going?
Mining's going good. I mean, the best that it can right now in the current market. Kind of making what you can with what you got.
Absolutely, bro. So let me ask you, firstly, what are you mining right now?
I've always been keen on diversifying, you know, as I've told people in the past. Like, I like to diversify. I'm not like a one-trick pony like our man DJ Mines here. You know, I have a little bit of everything. So we're mining Ergo, we're mining Ethereum Classic, Ethereum to Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. We got our Dogecoin miners, you know, Handshake, Starcoin, and then I think at the very end, Helium.
No ETC?
That's terrible. Ethereum Classic. I do have Ethereum Classic too. Yep.
Okay.
So I got, and even Ravencoin. One GPU on Ravencoin.
Ooh, everything, bro.
I am spread very much all over the place, and it really just comes down to high yield right now. Like, I'm just yielding everything I can. I'm not looking at profitability. I'm just mining to fill my bags in the current market.
Smart man, because you never know which one's gonna hit.
I hate to ask. Well, what about you?
Well, that's a great question. 99.9%
sorry.
Ethereum. Okay. And 0.01 Neoxa. I don't know if you've heard about that.
I did. I was actually watching today while I was doing the dishes. I was mowing the grass. I was listening, and then I did the dishes and was listening to Chump Change's stream the other night with Mining King and Hawk Crypto, and they were talking about this whole thing with Rust. And I was like, I used to play Rust all the time. Like, I totally know what that game is. And their whole proof of game aspect of it. I think it's a really cool concept. I don't know that I'll jump on it.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, but I think it's cool and it's a lot of fun. So yeah.
So I did it for, I don't know, 7 hours. That's it. And I got 20,000 or something. And I was like, oh, I'm good. You know, if something happens, cool. Yeah. And I mean, I think it has a little bit potential. If this was a bull run, I think it'd do very well, telling people like you can make money doing crypto. But now, I mean, how can you? Yeah, it's a bear market, so people aren't really moving around too much. But yeah, pretty much everything's still on Ethereum. And well, I got something to tell you. I think you already know. I am solo mining Ethereum. Pretty much everything. No, actually everything. Solo mining again. I think I'm on day number 3. So
okay.
Not going as planned. The problem is, it's like the highest the difficulty has ever been. I did go from 4 gigahash though to 6, so that's 50% more hash rate than last time. What do you think? Am I crazy?
100%. But at this point, you're a gambling man. Like, you know, with everything you got going on, you're just like, well, screw it. We're gonna throw it up there and hope it hits red. No, I think it's a smart play. I mean, there's several people in the community that have hit smaller blocks here and there over time, and you always read about these people that hit big. And you know what? Maybe the tides will turn, and Lady Fate will turn in your favor, and you'll hit big, and it'll make up for everything you've dealt with over the last few months. Oh,
that'd be great, because I went a month last time with nothing. So I think I'm at 9% luck. It's actually going by super quick now. So
yeah, it's definitely something I've considered. I've really wanted to build. I have a little budget rig that I built. It started out as like a $500 budget rig that I built, including the GPU. Now $500, man, take you a long way with the current price of GPUs. But I've wanted to build a 6-card rig on that and do 6 different coins that I'm solo mining, and just set it and forget it. Like, just set it and leave it, you know, like, all right, take like a 1660 and put it on Ethereum, and then put one on Ethereum Classic, or just put it all through. And then it'd be a lot of fun, you know. And I think that's the hard part for a lot of people, like solo mining, as you're talking about. Like, people are so stuck in the mindset of profitability. It's like, guys, profitability's out the window right now. Like, in the current market, like, you're living on a prayer. So it's like, man, if I could go ahead and just solo mine 6 different coins and you know, maybe check in every 3 months. It's like, we're doing a solo mining check-in and do a video on it and just see, here's what we made so far, or here's what we didn't make. I think it's a lot of fun. And kudos to you. I mean, are you doing it? You're not doing it for profitability, because I don't know that you'd solo mine for profitability, would you?
No, I got to be honest with you. It's pride. And it's not like what other people think of me. I don't know. I am big on, I have to accomplish certain things in life. And I feel like I will look back on this for the rest of my life if I never hit a block. I know it sounds stupid, Probably a lot of people out there
Okay.
think I'm dumb, but for me, I just want to have that under my belt. I want to say I hit a block on the hardest network ever.
Especially before it goes away. I mean, you could just do one rig, like one rig on solo mining and set it. Granted, the only hard part about that is the fact of like, if Ethereum sticks to August, then you don't have that much time to do it. So I can totally understand that.
I think I'd hit it by August. I mean, we're in June. I would lose a couple thousand.
Yeah,
but...
you think you're gonna hit? All right, you're a brave man, brave man. Oh, I'm also. So after I do the build behind me, I'll be mining Firo as well. So I'm gonna add Firo to the list. Yes, it's gonna put out some more heat. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm gonna figure that out. But other than that, yeah, Firo's one more that I'm adding to the list. Firo has some decent price potential to it, so I'm like, I could get on the Firo train before I get on the Raven coin train. I don't know what Raven coin's at. Last I looked, it was like 2 cents.
2-3 cents, something around there. Yeah, let me know.
0.027. It is, man. I remember when I started mining Raven coin a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it was like 25 cents. I was like, man, this is awesome. It could hit $1. We're at 2 cents, guys. Like, we're not talking about like 50% loss here. We're talking about, yes, 95% loss here. It is not looking promising.
Oh, I got a question for you, HobbyistMiner. So I looked at, I think the last time I streamed, I forget how many days ago that was. We were looking at the charts, right? And people that made it through the last bear market, I don't think you and I were really mining through that. Nope. But we're going to obviously be mining through this one. So at what point do you get through that next bull market, assuming there is one? When do you pull the trigger? Because all the people that did not pull the trigger on things like Raven coin or Ethereum, really everything, are really sad right now that they didn't pull it. When do you pull the trigger?
On what particularly?
On your coins, on your... any coin, altcoins.
When do I sell them, or when am I going to buy them, or what do you
sell? When do I sell the cards that you're getting right now?
Yeah, so with what I have right now on selling, I think I would sell something like Ethereum Classic if it hit its all-time high again of like 146, like would be incredible. Which there could be some possibility in the first few weeks of proof of stake based off of just the Wild West and how crazy things are going to be. That's probably where I'd sell it there. I'm mining Ethereum to Bitcoin, and I'm not going to sell that in that regard, just because I have strong faith that Bitcoin will go back up. Like I think it's easy for most miners to be like, do you believe at some time in the next, let's say 5 years, that Bitcoin will go up? Oh, absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
Like nobody says no, it's going to go down and stay down. And then looking at some of the other coins there, like I hold Raven coin. I still have a few thousand. I converted a bunch of it a while back. I'm just holding on to that, but that's more speculative. Like Raven coin to me is speculative right now.
Yeah.
Ergo, I think it's going to be in the same situation with, does it go back to its all-time high around 18? That would be huge for Ergo right now. What is it at? Ergo is currently at $2.36. So
oh wow!
If it could go, so if it could go back up, $18.09, 1872 is actually its all-time high. So it's like, ooh, like there's some potential there. Make out well. Think now you're yielding a ton of Ergo right now, and it goes up to 18. You're looking pretty. So yeah, I think it's just looking at if things return to that all-time high. That it looks like September, October 21. Where was that period? What about you? When are you selling?
I'm going to play with the house's money. And when same thing I do with stocks, right? So when I get my money back, that's when I pull the trigger. That way I'm scot-free. I'm good to go. All the rigs are paid off. After that, just hodl, and maybe bits and little pieces here and there. But I want to make sure I get, at a minimum, the house's money back and just play for free,
Okay. Very cool.
But
yeah, that's
I expanded and bought 4 more gigahash. You guys know about all that. So I'm still in the negative, of course. But yeah. Let me ask you, sheds. How's your shed going, man?
It's not in yet. So on the shed front, I bought a boatload of stuff. I actually just brought it from my garage down to my basement today because I plan to do a video at the end of the week. And it's a lot of crap I bought for the shed without owning a shed yet. The shed, they gave me a 10-week lead time when I bought it. So we're about 6 weeks in right now. So I still got to bite my tongue probably for another 4 weeks, but every 2 weeks I hit them up. I'm like, yeah, any chance we can schedule this? Like, how we looking? So they did reach out to me the other day to validate a few things on my order with them. And so that made me feel like, ooh, maybe I'm like in the pipeline. Maybe my number, bingo, you know, B4, my number's up. So yeah, so I'm just kind of waiting right now. I can't run the electrical, at least even to the shed, because I have to have it inspected by the township after I run it. Oh. So not the electrical, but after I get the shed in. After I get the shed, I got the permit from the township for the shed. Once the shed's in place, I got to reach out to the township, have them come out and approve it. That's kind of stupid. It's just the way that things are run here. Once that's done, then I'm going to have the electrical run. The nice thing is it's going to be a nice short distance. I mean, we're talking 10 feet, maybe 20 feet.
Oh, max, that's good.
Which is nice. Yeah, going from my panel to there. But yeah, I am as far as I can be on my shed. Like, I have bought all my exhaust, all my intake. I've gotten all the stuff I need for the electrical. I got all my Romex cables. I got Ethernet cable ready to go. I mean, I got all my L630R plugs. I bought everything, like everything and anything I need. So at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for it now. So it's rough though, especially right now in the summer. Like I was hoping to get that shed in place with the heat, and I just got to tough it out for another month.
I know the feeling. It sounds like yours is actually going to happen, which is nice.
I mean, I paid for half of it. I'm waiting, you know, I'll pay the other half once it gets delivered. Yeah, I mean, for you had your video out earlier on kind of your situation at this point, which is such a bummer. So what are your plans in the meantime with the shed? Like, are you just kind of putting it aside and going to sit tight and see where the market goes? See, you know, is it a commercial lot or is it a residential lot?
It's a residential lot. I wish it was commercial because then my rates would be so cheap, you know? So yeah, great question. Yeah, and I did make a video of that today. So guys, if you want to see the full details, please do watch that. Yep. But basically, somebody, a friend of mine that I trust, he offered, because he knows that the 400 amp panel isn't going well. And he's like, dude, look, I got a lot of space. I got a warehouse. If you want to put it in there, man, this is what the electric rate is. I'm not going to say how much. It's under 10 cents. Nice. You know, like, we have unlimited power. We have unlimited space. And he brought up a great point. He's like, think about it, man. The bear market's coming out. What's your electric? Well, I was originally told around 12 cents when I talked to my neighbor when I bought the property. Okay. But that was, oh God, maybe January, December. I talked to him last week. He told me they're charging him up to 17 cents. And they keep raising it because of like this recession. And it's a monopoly in our area. Dude, they can just do what they want.
I don't understand how they're raising the cost like of electric so much. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, yeah, we're in a recession. Great. But is the electric generation like costing you more? Like, what is changing for you? You know, in that regard, like, is there cost of material going up? Like, it's higher than what it was at the height of COVID. Like, where are we at, guys? Like, this is complete BS. It's very much everything's going up, so our costs need to go up. It's like, all right, great, fantastic.
So how they're doing it, to my understanding, I've been talking to a lot of people about this in their areas. The electric rate's still the same, right? So if you were at 9 cents, you're still at 9. But the service fees, guys, you know, the service fees go up. You got to read the contract. We can always raise that. So that's how they get you. You know, I think Max Voltage talks about that. He's getting close to 17 cents himself because of all the hidden fees, man. They're just, everybody's doing it now, you know, and he's got National Grid. It's a monopoly. What else are you going to do? You're going to not get power to your house? You know?
So I have started, so my contract's up in August. So for those of you guys not familiar, and I hate to be that guy, but I'm paying 0.057.
Boo! Someone boo this man in the comment section.
And how I'm doing that, and I have a whole video on it, but how I'm doing it is when I have solar. So that's solar, by the way, anybody who's like, get solar, it takes care of all your electric. No, it doesn't. At the height of the summer, for 3 months total, it makes 1,800 kilowatt hours. That's it. Well, I use almost 10,000 in my house. Like, I'm using 10,000 right now on my mining farm.
Just your house is 10,000?
No. The entire mining farm right now is 10,000. So you have to imagine 1,800 off of that. It's not a ton. So it uses that up in 2 seconds. And so you're still left with a very significant amount in that regard. You're 8,200. So you still have to pay for that electric. It's just helping to minimize that. And then what I did, which was my biggest saving grace, I did this a year ago as of August coming up here, was I shot my electric and I found, there's a website, I'm in Pennsylvania, there's a website called PA Power Switch. A lot of other states have it. You could shop, I believe it's the supplier. I don't think I have it backwards, but the supplier. So like, it's kind of like the last mile It's your supplier. So you have your generator, distributor, and supplier. My generator and distributor are PPL. That's like kind of like what you guys have in New York. I forget what you said you had. That's like the overall big company that's out there. But in Pennsylvania, a few years ago, they allowed you to shop the supplier. So the supplier is almost half of that electric bill. So I found on PA Power Switch, you go in, you put in how much you're using, all of that, your zip code, and it gives you a list of them. And then it gives you the cost.
Wow.
And then I went and found one from a company called WGL. It is 100% renewable. So those of you guys in New York where they're like, has to be renewable, 100% renewable, and it's a locked-in fee per month. So meaning, like, the advertising price was $19.99 a month for unlimited electric. And
Dang.
I was like, cool. So you click on it and it says you need to submit your electric bill in order for them to give you a proper quote. So I submitted my electric bill and they came back and they're like, well, we can't do $19.99 because you use, I think at that time I was at like 5,000 kilowatt hours, whatever a month, like with my farm. And they said, but we could do $69 a month. So I'm like, awesome. So think of your electric bill. At that time, mine was like 10 cents with PPL. Now that's going up astronomically, but the second half of that bill is the supplier side. When I was with PPL, so I did everything PPL, I was at like, I don't know, 350 then, and I was able to do this supplier, and it literally cut that 150, half of that bill, down to $69. And it's locked in. So now I've doubled that right now. I'm right around 10,000. I still pay $69 for that first half. So my PPL side has gone up because I'm using more electric. But on the left-hand side of my bill, it's locked in at $69 for that supplier. So it's literally one line item on that bill. And the highest I saw it get before I swapped was like 250. So 250 down to 69. Now my contract is up in August with them. It was a 1-year contract, no cancellation fees, unlimited electric. So I have a note to reach out to them tomorrow on Monday and find out like, hey, can I lock in my rate for like 2 years? Like my contract's almost up. Even if they come back to me and they're like, you're up a lot, we want to bump it to $100 locked in. I'm going to go, absolutely. Like, let's do it. So then the only side of that bill is that half side of that bill that can go up with PPL. Because I was looking, if you go on PPL's website, it gives you like estimated what your cost is. And my cost right now, and it says underneath of it, this is if you have everything with PPL, which I don't. It was like $800. My electric bill last month was like $410.
Yeah.
So it was like, but if I was with PPL and was naive and didn't shop it, I would have doubled the electric rate. So it's like, you just got to be smart and see what you can do. But the nice thing is these unlimited plans with renewable energy, I guarantee you they're going to be all over New York with everything going on with like crypto mining and stuff like that, like requiring renewable energy. It's like they're actually entirely wind energy.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's not like close to my house, but there's another thing called, I want to say Next Amp, and it's all solar panels, and it's probably like 5 miles away. They'll send us letters saying, oh, sign up, but it's like 2 cents cheaper. So it's not, it's nothing crazy, you know, and I don't exactly know how it works. Yeah, but it's something. So let me ask you this about that. What if they're like, you know what, times are hard. We're not locking in anybody anymore. What are you going to do?
There's 2 other companies that do the unlimited rate that I shopped originally a year ago that are still available. So I'm actually going to reach out to them this week, as my goal is to start to reach out to these and see who's the most competitive, and then talk to them about like, hey, can I lock in like a 2-year plan? Because based off the current economy and the current administration and just taking things to the ground, it's like, I want to see what I can find. Now, granted, PPL can still screw me over on their side, but at least I have some control on the opposite side, which is kind of my goal. Because I mean, those right now, my YouTube profitability is paying for my electric bill.
That's great.
Which has been nice, which is great. But that also means like, and as I tell people a lot of times, like I'm a YouTube content creator first before I'm a miner. That means my YouTube game has to be on, you know, I got to be putting out videos like to be able to pay for this. So, we'll see. We'll definitely see. I mean, my concern, that is part of my concern. Like, I go to the next company and they're like, send us your bill, and it's like 10,000 kilowatt hours, and it's like, yeah, we can't support. It's like, mother. You know, but hey, it was a huge win. When a friend of mine brought it to me a year ago, and it was like, damn, and that was when it hit like $300. I was starting to get nervous. Now look at prices, like they're insane.
Okay, I want to ask you a random question. So do you watch YouTube videos? That's not the question. On crypto.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your favorite content to watch right now?
I would say, you mean regarding crypto mining or crypto? Like
either one.
I think for me, I enjoy like throwing on, like when I'm working and stuff like that, a lot of the speculative stuff that's looking at like the markets and stuff like that and like following along with it, because like part of me is like, all these people know nothing, because it's like, you can't sit here. You can't, like, I love when I come across these people that are like, oh, I'm a day trader on stocks and let's look at crypto. And it's like, there's no historical data. Like your historical data is this big. You can't base Ethereum's Ethereum's proof of stake. Like that's never happened before, so you don't know how that's going to work. So like I think I enjoy listening and watching to a lot of speculative stuff, just because it's like, man, like I love seeing other people's perspectives and things like that. I would say the second thing I enjoy the most is mining farms. I love watching mining farm tours, because it's like, oh, I like that idea, I'm stealing it, or like, oh, that's a really good one. So I like kind of following that along, and kind of mining farms are definitely huge for me. What about you?
Talking head videos about crypto. Love them to death. Same thing.
You need stuff to pass the time during the day, huh?
Yeah. When I was new, I liked watching the rig builds, you know, the hash rates, overclocks. Kind of grown out of that stage for me on a personal level, and I just want to hear people talk, and I love hearing about the merge and anything. I don't care. Yeah, like you said, even if they don't know what they're talking about, I really enjoy that stuff, because I'm very busy. You know, I'm always either cleaning something, doing something, thinking about how to make more money or improve something. So those are really good for me, because I don't have to visually watch them. I can just kind of listen audio, and other types of crypto, I would have to, obviously pay attention more.
Yeah, no, I think they're good. I would say I agree with you. I like that type of content. Like I was saying earlier, like listening to Chump Change's stream the other night, like cutting the grass, doing the dishes. I wasn't watching it. I was just listening to it. And I do enjoy that stuff. I think it does well. I think it has a niche market though. Like as a content creator, people a lot of the times don't watch they don't watch an hour straight of content. They break it up. Like, oh, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to watch this. Then if they come back, awesome. So that's always a challenge as a content creator, is putting out content that long. I mean, I've done a few of those interviews recently. And the Flux one's done amazing. I mean,
love that one.
People ate that one up, which was cool, with Daniel Keller. So that was really enjoyable. And I have another one coming out next Friday. Actually, I can spoil it now if I want to. But the founder of Ergo, actually, I'm going to be interviewing, and that will be out next Friday. So that's going to be pretty cool, because I'm really going to stick it to the how do they get away with kind of their efficiency. And how are they prepping for Ethereum's proof of stake? And like, you're looking like top 3 right now, so like, how's that going to look on your network? And so so that's kind of my goal for an interview with them. So that'll be fun. I
look forward to Ergo. Anything that's not high wattage, I am all about. I love that. Yeah. So hopefully that does well. If Raven, is the number one, be pretty sad. Anything Kapow or ProgPow will be pretty sad if that's the number one, man. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I'm very curious on the fact of, does high network hash rate in some way equate to having price value increase? So like we just talked about Ergo being $2.86 now. Well, when you triple, quadruple, 10x their network hash rate, does that mean that we're going to see high profitability? Like that number is going to go up on value of their coin. I'd love to talk to someone significantly smarter than me that could go ahead and speak a little bit towards that. I wish that we actually saw some more of that with the great hash rate migration, to see bigger hash rate moves, to give you an idea. Like, okay, Flux saw 11% increase on network hash rate. Did that equate to any profit numbers going up from the cost of the coin? Like, that's kind of where my head's at. Because like day one, you could have Ethereum's network difficulty go to Ergo. Does that mean all of a sudden it's got this high demand? Like, I don't know. That's beyond me as a miner, but I'm very curious on that.
Absolutely, man. Nicehash. You going Nicehash day one? If it wasn't Windows?
I might. Well, they actually told in the interview I did with them, they are actually going to be releasing a brand new OS that's going to be a Linux-based OS to compete with Hiveos.
Wow.
Before they committed to before proof of stake. So I'm very curious on trying it out. I actually hit up the one developer today and said, hey, if you need a beta tester, hit me up. I'd love to beta test it. The challenge is, and I've posted on Twitter too with people, I didn't know this until I did the interview, and I don't know how many people do know it. So people look at Nicehash and they go, okay, it's a profit switching algorithm. True and false. So true, it's profit switching, but not based off of market value. I guarantee you, maybe you didn't even know that. Like, it's not based off the current value of the coin on the market. Where the profit switching occurs is it's actually based off of the buyer demand on their network. So Nicehash sells hash rate, right?
Yeah.
It's based off of what the buyers are buying for profit switching, not based off of the market. So if they have a high amount of individuals that are buying Flux, your mining will swap to Flux to meet that demand. And then they have a high, all of a sudden, demand for Ergo. It'll swap to Ergo. It does not have to do with the market. And so what happens is people instantly think that. They're like, well, wait, no, it's a profit switching. It's not profit switching based off the market. And so there's many people that commented, like on the interview I did, and this is not me defending Nicehash, this is just me clearing the air.
Right.
There's many people that commented on my video and said, well, I did a comparison between Nicehash and mining Ethereum, and it's 10% difference. And it's like, but if there wasn't a demand on Nicehash's side, a buyer buying Ethereum in order to request that, that's why. So that's why they had told me, like, sometimes, and you'll notice it, if you're mining on Nicehash and you go into your like current daily profitability estimates, 1 minute it could be like, holy cow, I'm making $25 a day. And then the next minute it's like $20 a day. And you're like, wait, what happened? Well, it swapped the demand for the algorithm. So I am probably going to take a look at that because I want, I don't know what like the demand for buying hash rate's going to look like after Ethereum. Like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be crazy. So I'm definitely going to try it on a rig or two and see how it does, because like I'll take payouts in Bitcoin all day long. Like, I'm all for it, like 100%. Yeah, it's not for your mine. Like, people don't understand, it's not for your miner that's like, I want to mine Ravencoin and get paid out in Ravencoin. That's not for you. Absolutely not for you. And that they're totally different markets. They're not even the same ballpark as like, you know, Windows mining or you know, Hiveos Linux mining. They're total. And I didn't know this, and I'm not defending them once again. I didn't know this. I literally like asked those questions to them because I was like, wait, really? That's how it works? And I learned very quickly that it's a different ballgame. Definitely a different ballgame.
I think everybody thought that. I definitely thought that until you just told me that. Like, everybody, because I want to say it was either Max Voltage or Mining King that brought it up, and they're like, dude, think about it. As soon as the merge happens, right? This one's hot. Up, you got to close down the miner. Up, now this one's hot. Close down the miner, and you're not going to make any money because you're constantly switching. But if it's for the demand, I would imagine, I'm just guessing, it's probably not switching nearly as fast as we think of. It's just people, you know, interested in Flux or Ergo or whatever it is at that current time.
Correct. It's based off of the demand. So like there are, believe it or not, I didn't realize this. So they had talked about in their interview that they actually have pools that come and buy hash rate from them. So like a pool launches and a pool will come buy hash rate from them to help that pool look more attractive, like when it starts out. So they'll be like, all right, we're launching a Flux pool. And for the first month, we want to have, you know, give me 1 terahash, whatever it is, on my pool. And then they'll buy it. That pool will buy it from Nicehash. And then Nicehash, though that's the buyer, the pool is actually the buyer, believe it or not. Sounds crazy. And then on the flip side, they have, I think they said they had 1 million miners total. 1 million individual, like a million, not like you and I miners, but like a PC, like my gaming PC could be a miner. So you could have 10 miners on their entire network. And that what happens is those spool up and flip over to Flux because they just got a huge like purchase order for Flux. And so now you're flipping to Flux, and based off of what they're paying, like what that's paying, they even said in my interview that sometimes it is more profitable to mine on Nicehash when it's mining Flux than it is to mine to the pool, because it all depends on what that buyer's paying and what the profit margin is for Nicehash with that buyer. So like it's a totally different economy that I never realized, and I think most people don't grasp it. They don't. And I even said in my interview, I'm like, you guys really need some type of like infograph to explain this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if miners look at it as a negative connotation because they're like, well, You know, I can make more mining it straight up. It's like, well, absolutely, but it's like apples to oranges.
Yeah. Do you want Bitcoin or do you want altcoins? Do you want a spec or do you want the proven thing? So one more question, hobbyists. We've been going on for a minute. Let me ask you, Bitcoin 2023 Miami, are you going?
It depends on, okay. It depends on where we are then. If we're out of this bear market and we're all doing much better than we are right now, all right, I can see it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But it's like, if we are where we are today, might be a little hard. Might be a little hard to go that route. But it definitely looked interesting. I lived through you and your live streams when you were there, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
The vibe, it was cool, but the vibe of the graph, I swear, man, the entire bear market started happening at the conference because they have this you could tell they spent a lot of money on like this massive like portable TV thing, and every day it come in, it's like -5, -7% the whole time. And I was like, oh my god, isn't the opposite supposed to happen? There should be more eyes on this. We should be mooning, but we were not mooning. So HobbyistMiner, love you so much, man. Thank you for coming on my channel. I love having around.
Absolutely.
I love playing games with you as well, you know, StarCraft, you know who's better. I love you, brother. Anything else you want to say?
No comment on that. All right,
man, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.